And we've had a fabulous week. Oh my goodness, there's so much went on and so much happening. And we actually, we did another show of Ninon Speaks, which is amazing. And I have a guest with me, Masey Miguel. And I don't pre-interview, so I don't know what anybody does. And she said she sells mats, so she does these Portuguese maps. Masey, how are you?
I'm doing quite well,
I just want to know how an American in Vegas is selling more Portuguese maps.
Yes.
Well, what's the difference between Portuguese map and American map? Are they cheaper?
They're actually a little bit more expensive. They're very high quality. But Portuguese, Cork is the cork capital. And my yoga mats are made from cork.
Portuguese is where they have the trees,
Yep.
the olive trees.
Yep.
So you and I know the same story.
Yes, absolutely.
They chop the cork around the trees, they chop it down, and before they started making all these artificial corkscrews,
Yes.
they were made through, and I remember driving through Portugal, and I said, why on earth all their trunks are like no trunks? They don't have the coating on them.
Absolutely. Yes, and cork is antibacterial, it's antimicrobial, which means it cleans itself, and that's why you have...
It cleans itself?
Yes, and that's why...
It's like it looks dirty, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like an oak around, it's like, what do you call it, cork? There's cork around a tree, and you just really don't want to touch it.
Yeah. And that's why they have wine bottles with the cork. It's the most sustainable. And here with MAM Life, we want to be sustainable. We want to have vegan, eco-friendly, beautiful mats that are actually helping the earth rather than destroying it. See the difference?
We're on a good thing for our first show, aren't we? We're helping the world and not destroying it, and I love that.
Absolutely.
I love all that
Yes.
stuff. But you're beautiful. I would have thought you would have been a model or an actress. I got that wrong, didn't I?
Thank you so much.
But you said, what got you into these mats?
Yes.
And how do you use them? And you sleep on them or what?
Well, I dance on them. I stretch on them. You'll find yourself, if you go on a mat, you'll just find these ancient...
energy?
Yeah, ancient energy really starting to...
Instant energy?
Oh, yes.
Okay, give me a dozen and I'll power them up and I'll get all my energy back.
Yes, oh yes, absolutely,
I'll stand on a dozen of them and I'll be exude with energy. Woo.
No, I've actually been able to incorporate singing and dancing on these mats, being able to truly feel the power, the wisdom that these trees provide.
Wisdom, we get wisdom out of it too. I would definitely want 100 of them now.
Well, think about it.
Let me ask you a question though. I asked you whether you sleep on them. Could you put those underneath your sheet and sleep on them, and it gives you energy while you sleep?
Absolutely.
You wake up completely energized.
Well, the passion and the love that has been made and put into them, you can definitely feel that. You can feel all the love that I've poured. It took 5 years. 5 years to make this entire business come into fruition. And here it is now in tangible, living form.
Portugal is right next to Spain, isn't it? It's
Yes.
the same kind of area. Because there's a company in Spain that sells, it's a little gadget, and it's you can test your heart.
Yes.
Or your heartbeat on it, and it was made there too. So a lot of intelligent people in Portugal and around that area. Are you from there?
Yes, my family. I wanted to incorporate my family heritage. We are from Portugal. And here, I was with some family, and they were giving me some information on our family heritage and the island that we're from. We're from Soa Miguel Island.
Soa Miguel. It's lovely the way it's pronounced.
Yes, Soa Miguel Island, and my name is Masey Anna Miguel, and my company is called MAM Life. Masey Anna Miguel. My life and healing passed down to you.
And you're passing it down.
Yes.
From now, how many years do we go back with your family? Probably quite a few.
Wow. We can go back at least 100 years.
That's what you call. That's typical Europe, though, isn't it? I mean, that's what Europe is kind of like.
Absolutely, absolutely. My uncle, he moved back to the island, built an entire house from the ground up, and he's living there now. So I'll be.
He built it himself?
Oh yeah.
That's your uncle?
My uncle, yeah, he's a handyman. My entire family on my father's side, entrepreneurs, own their own business. So
you're doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
You're going into the same thing. How long have you had this business?
So it launched on my birthday, September 9th.
Okay.
September 9th, 2021. So it's been
Oh, it's
about
very new.
very new.
How wonderful.
Yes.
And how is it going? And I know how you can promote it because we've got so much social media and things out there. But I found out on social media, there's lots of stuff out there, but get the right one. So
Yes.
where are you into?
Yes. So with MAM Life, our retailer, we're in the sporting goods department.
Okay.
So we're trying to be around that, but the health conscious, the yogis,
You can put it into dance studios,
dogs.
everything.
Yes, and in fact, we are in 2 stores already. We are in a holistic spiritual midwifery facility where
In Vegas?
yes, here in Vegas, where
Okay.
they sell crystals, they have yoga sessions, they have
They
therapy.
have those crystals that sort of go back and
Yes.
forth, and then you hold a crystal, and
Absolutely.
there's all sorts of things.
Oh yes,
I know a little bit about that.
Yes.
My mother was kind of a little bit into all that
absolutely.
swinging, and I was asking somebody the other day, and I said, you know, they have these things on a string,
Yes,
and it's going back and forth, and he said, well, just ask it a question. And lo and behold, the thing goes,
that's a pendulum.
the pendulum
Yeah,
thing.
a pendulum. So
Well, you can have those of crystal as well.
yes, they have that, and
Yeah.
that's over at Well-Rounded Mama. That's
Okay.
the first
Well-rounded
retailer.
mama.
Yes, that's the
Okay.
first retailer. The second retailer is Her Steam, and that is vaginal steaming.
What was that again? Did I hear you?
Yes, it's yoni steaming. That's what they call it, and the Sanskrit word for vagina is a yoni. So
A
it's
yoni.
yoni steaming.
New word, yoni out there,
Yeah.
guys.
We love yonis.
Oh dear, we're getting a little bit deep here, aren't
Yes. So those are the 2 retailers that we're at,
Good
and next week I'm actually going to San Diego. We're going to retail the yoga mats in a yoga mat store. My apologies. We're going to retail them at a yoga studio.
we? At a yoga studio. I was
In
going to
San
say
Diego.
that would be fabulous.
Yes,
If
absolutely.
you could get into, I don't know if there's a company out there, but there's a lot of yoga studios all over America.
Absolutely. Yes.
Get your little self in there, and off you go. How old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
No, she's very young.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. So how do you like running, as a young lady, your own business and doing your own? Because obviously it's new, and what did you do before? Probably
Before?
yoga.
I've had almost every job on the market, food and beverage. I've been a house cleaner. I've been a nanny.
Can you imagine her cleaning a house? I can't imagine that.
I'm a great house cleaner, just letting you know.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Got an assignment for you.
I think it's
For a
highly,
great house that needs cleaning.
you know what, at the end of the day, I think it's highly important to expand your horizon, to be able to have all these choices of what you want to do, what you don't. And what just made the most sense to me, you know, even when I was scrubbing toilets in the restaurant, I had a smile on my face. And my father, he would say,
Sure you
why do you
would.
have a smile on your face
You're
cleaning these
cleaning a
damn
toilet."
toilets? And I'm like, because Dad,
no, that's
because
crazy.
Father, I see the bigger picture. I know where I'm going. I see it.
And it's definitely goodbye to the toilets.
Yes, absolutely. Well, everything is energy. So you could be cleaning and have a dirty look on your face. All hell could break loose, or you can clean a table with love. You can clean a table with a smile on your face.
You know, it's funny you should say that, because I think whatever I call that kind of hard work, you know, something you've got to do.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not exactly doing it at the beginning, but it's the accomplishment.
Yes.
It's done.
Yes.
You know, it's like the other day I was doing my bathroom and I cleaned all the windows and all the mirrors and all the stuff, and I didn't want to do it. Believe me, I didn't want to do it. But I thought, "Better do it." And afterwards, I felt so good there. Now, does this mat make you feel the same way?
Absolutely, and it's being
I'm
of
intrigued
service.
about this
You have to be
energy.
of service. When you are of service to your home, to your business, to your community, to your family, to your friends, to your animals, there's a different energy that truly comes out of that. It's more of love than fear. And
I couldn't agree with you more. I remember I was having a conversation with some friends of mine, and I said, you know, I serve my husband. And they looked at me horrified. They said, what do you serve him? Well, I said, well, I serve him. He's my
Absolutely.
husband. But I meant it in an enjoyable way and in a nice way. And they completely took it in another way of, if, you know, why would you be a servant to your husband? I said, well, why wouldn't you be anyway?
it's
You
an
know.
act of love.
Well, it is. I think like I serve God.
Yes.
I'm down here to serve Him. Nothing I do is for me, it's for Him. because he tells me what to do. Sometimes I don't listen. That's where I go wrong.
Yes.
We all go wrong.
We all have that little voice inside of our heads, and when we don't listen, there are repercussions that we have to,
We have to
face
face up to, and
Absolutely.
I'm learning. I mean, as I get older, I'm learning more and more about the mistakes I make. But it's okay because they're not mistakes.
And aren't they the best?
They're learning, because it's funny how you always have you always put up against the mistakes you do, not the good things you do. Then why can't you tell me how great that was or something instead of saying how bad?
Right? Yes, looking at the glass half full rather than
half
half
empty.
empty will really help your mentality, your mental health, anything mentally.
So from Portugal,
Yes.
would you go there to live?
Absolutely. Right now, I have a lot of things to do. I could imagine myself living in Portugal when the foundation, the roots have been firmly planted. Right
Yes.
now, I'm planting the roots
You're
of
planting
MAM
your
Life. We're-
roots.
Yes, we are expanding. We are here in Las
Now
Vegas.
you're saying we. Who's the we?
Well, one thing my sister taught me, instead of saying I, me, instead
We.
of I, we. It just sounds more appealing when we can involve everybody rather than just
Whether
myself.
they're involved or not.
Absolutely. Everybody's involved. Absolutely.
Yes. Well, the
Yes.
whole world, my greatest saying is nothing happens without you.
Mhm.
That's my greatest saying, because
Yes.
nothing happens in my life without somebody else. I
That's very
can't,
true.
I can't open the door,
Mhm.
because if somebody didn't make that door, I wouldn't have a door to open.
Absolutely.
So somebody made it. So
It's a
that's-
communal effort.
It is. I think the whole world is. I hope we're going to get back into that. I hope so. With these mats,
Yes.
with these mats, could be a big help to getting the world back together again, and maybe we could all be. Do you have any big community mats, or are they just single mats?
Yes, we have.
Oh, we do.
We have we have enough. Let's just say that. I invested a lot into it, and we also have beautiful designs as well. And it goes in alphabetical order. I did not know that. I'm a Virgo, so it just kind of makes sense that I made everything alphabetically. So it goes all natural, which is the plain yoga mat. There's no design, just the
It's totally plain.
Yeah, just
like,
MAM Life.
Looks like a cork.
Absolutely.
So
Then
when
for
no
B, you
mistakes.
have Botanica, which is scientifically illustrated. There are flowers, trees, flowers from Portugal, my favorite plants, all incorporated on this mat.
Cool this is.
You'll never see another one like it. And
Well,
that
I've
one is
never
called-
heard of this before. Anyway, I've heard of people who do have mats when they do yoga and different things, and they put the
Yes.
mat down, but it's a regular plastic mat. You know,
Yes,
it's not whatever.
absolutely.
But this is. And did you do all the designs yourself?
So I drew up the designs, and my scientific illustrator perfected them. He
Oh,
has
okay.
years and years and years of talent. MAM Life we are a whole team. It's not just a one-man
So
band.
what else do you do with all this sort of energy stuff? Because you look like you're a little bit more involved than just the mats.
Yes.
What else do you do?
Yes, so like you said, I actually do model. I love to model. It's one of my most favorite
I
things.
can see why.
Thank you. And what you see in me is simply a reflection of you.
Thank you very, very much.
Yes, of course.
Just last 50 years, I look very pretty and very young. This is not me. This is me here, right? This is my reflection. I
Well,
love how she makes things. You make everything so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, you make it so beautiful and harmonizing, and it's like, there's such word.
It's alchemy. It's when you turn your pain and suffering into unconditional love and light.
And do you study that?
Self-study. Well,
Self-study for you.
I'm going to college right now, actually. I'm going to University of Las Vegas.
Oh, what are you studying?
Psychology.
Oh, psychology.
Yes.
So she will psych everybody out.
Well, business is psychology, so I have to understand it. And I was doing a lot
Well,
of...
your business is somebody else, because you're dealing with somebody else, and you've got to
Absolutely.
find out who they are, what they are.
Absolutely.
Do you feel that sometimes when you do that, do you feel that maybe you psychologically look at them and they're really not that? They're something completely different, and you've sort of psyched them out differently than what they really are?
Well, I see everybody for what they are. I see
Okay.
beyond the skin. I see their soul.
Oh, okay.
So it's not really my
The look.
it's not really my judgment to make on others, because judging can really do you dirty. So what
Yeah,
I try to
judging.
see is I just
Listen
try
to this woman. Listen to what she's saying.
I really do. I try to see the good in everybody. Now, everybody has their faults. We are not perfect. We are only human.
Well, talk for yourself.
Yes. But with people, I truly do try to see the best in
I
them.
couldn't, I do. You know, it's funny because I trust everybody until they do something.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be
Yes.
very, very untrustworthy to other people, but maybe not to me. So
Sure.
I'm not going to judge them on what somebody else says or thinks.
Absolutely.
I'm going to judge them on what I think
Sure.
and what I see. So where can anybody buy these mats?
Yes. So the mats, they're retailing on shopmamlife.com. We're also doing pop-ups everywhere. We're doing pop-ups.
What's a pop-up?
A pop-up is essentially you just pop up somewhere and then you're there for about, 3, 5, 6 hours and then you pop back to your house. So you just set up and then it's normally a community, so it's vending. I would be considered a vendor.
All right, well, I've got to get my producer to check into these pop-ups.
Oh, they have so many it's all over the world.
I love pop-ups. They're saying boom, 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 boom.
You
They
know,
come in, they come
the
out.
farmers markets.
Yes.
It's doing that. We are trying to expand as much as possible. Teams are starting being correlated. So I have people that are going to start doing pop-ups in San Diego while I won't be present. So I'll be able to be here working on expanding, or I'll be in Vegas. So
You could be anywhere.
yes, absolutely.
You could be in Portugal.
Yes, that is the goal.
That is the goal.
That is the goal.
That is the goal.
Yes, that is the goal.
So do you have a website?
Yes, shopmamlife.com. Here at Shop Mam Life, we have our whole entire collection. We have our story. You're able to just dive deep on the history of Mam Life. We wanted to make sure that the website gave you a feeling where you felt something that activated your soul. We have a beautiful video that my videographer put together. We're here
with all your ideas and your
yes.
things of comfort and
yes.
feeling and softening your soul.
Absolutely, yes.
Is there a time in your life when because my favorite thing I tell people to do is go to your bedroom, because that should be the most tranquil place, and just sit on your bed and just let everything out, and just don't think of anything, don't do anything, just clear your mind. You know, just, I mean, I know it's hard not to think of anything, but slowly you really do that.
Absolutely.
And it clears your mind, and I think then you're ready to face the world again, you know. I think if you count like 2 or 3 before you start arguing with somebody, you won't have that argument.
So imagine that space, that space where your room is your sanctuary, it's your sacred space.
Yes.
Imagine where you can go anywhere and just roll out your mat and go into that space inside where you don't have to be anywhere, where it's just you and your thoughts.
How big are these mats?
So they're pretty big. A 6-foot man, he can lay down on it.
You can lay down on it.
Yes.
So 6 foot, it goes up to 6,
They're
5
5
whatever.
pounds.
And how much do they cost?
They sell and retail for $99.
So $100, you got your own mat.
But the most beautiful thing is, here with Mam Life, not only are you able to purchase a beautiful mat, but 1 yoga mat equals 1 tree planted. So we plant trees throughout the entire world.
Yes.
And then on top of that, you also receive a complimentary cork pen.
A cork pen. I happen to have a cork pen. You just reminded me.
They're
I
brilliant.
don't know where I got that from.
They're just brilliant.
And I thought,
yeah.
why would anybody make a cork pen? But now it means something different to me. So,
Because cork, you can sweat all you want and still have a grip. So sometimes when we write, our hands get a little bit sweaty. Your hand won't get sweaty, and if it does, you will have a grip with the cork.
Well, a lot of knowledge coming from a young lady. Absolutely, Masey is amazing, and we adore her. And she's bringing something into life that we all need. The tranquility of life, and to gain it out of just a simple mat. It might cost $100, but that $100 is definitely well worth spending for something that you can take with you, and you can. If you go on vacation, you can have it in your hotel room. You can do anything, take it anywhere you want, whatever you want.
There's people already doing that as well. They're taking pictures, posting it on Instagram. It's beautiful to see where people are.
This is me and my mat.
Yeah.
Okay, my producer's saying, okay, enough, Ninon, come on. Okay. Don't forget, I'm down here at Mariposa, Mexican restaurant. Cuisine, actually, is absolutely fabulous. It's very colorful and very light, absolutely gorgeous. And don't forget to go to Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube, subscribe, join, and do all the above things. We are in several media places, social media, so don't forget to tune in any way you can. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back with our next guest. You take care.
Thank you.